I'm at my son's karate club, and they're full on. When they have fights, they have contact fights, and you have to fight with 10 people in order to get a black belt, apparently. I don't think they actually punch each other in the face, though. They punch everywhere else but the face, and maybe between the legs. But as you can see, that as with karate gyms or dojo all over the world, that much of the practice involves the practice of what are called kata, in other words, routines like they're doing here, a number of different types of punch and parry and leg movements, which are practiced over and over again. And I remember when I was young, karate was not attractive to me for the reason that it seemed to me like they were dancing, not fighting. That, you know, if you want to learn to fight, you learn boxing or maybe judo, where you actually grapple with people. But so much of karate is involved standing on your own and practicing these moves, which seemed to me at that time to be a kind of waste of time. However, many years later, it seems to me that this is precisely this practicing of the patterned movements which is at the foundation of Japanese culture. Because through making these repetitive, iterative movements over and over again, you turn yourself into a kind of a symbolic medium, your body itself. And through doing that, or maybe just through repetitive movements in groups, you become able to understand yourself from the perspective of the third person or your opponent, in other words, from the outside. And this ability to do so in Japan is not something that the Japanese have a special type of brain, therefore they can see themselves from the outside. But through doing things like this, or radio exercises, or any other kind of patterned movements that Japanese people do and repeat, it's sort of like it's like debating or learning bits of the Bible and then debating about them. That the Western mind hasn't evolved an ability to reason, to see one's own words or hear one's own words from a third objective perspective, other than by going through a different type of process, except a linguistic one. And here they're doing the equivalent of learning bits of the Greeks, and then when they go into a fight, they're learning to debate with them. Except that the medium is, rather than the words that I'm spouting now, it's their bodies. And to back that perspective up, I can only point to the fact that above the dojo, the training room, is a Shinto shrine, and in every Shinto shrine, which and Shinto is symbolized by a mirror, and in every dojo you will also find a mirror, so that there is a performative aspect to all martial arts, I would say. That doesn't make it any weaker, but it means that you get to know what your opponent's going to be doing before he actually throws the punch, and to see yourself from his perspective, and therefore to be able to predict his movements.